Last time on Shaman King, Horo managed to defeat two of Hao's minions by using the powers of Team Iceman's various different ghosts in conjunction with each other. However, he needed to be saved by Lyserg, who had just recently obtained his own angel. However, after bringing Horo back to the group, Yo was a little bit disappointed with the approach that Lyserg has taken, as more violence only begets more violence. And so as Team Hao, the minions of Hao, attack in retaliation, Ryu stays behind to ward them off. However, Ryu has his own moment of making the wrong choice, choosing to fight instead of fleeing, and even almost reaching the cusp of death, only to be saved by the third power, Team Gandhara, as Yo had gone racing back in order to help out. Meanwhile, Chocolove decided to pay a visit to his old gang, who had come to the Shaman fight to cheer him on, only to find them dead, and Redseb and Seyrarm using the golem to exact their revenge on the man who killed their father. What's gonna happen next? Let's find out. Man, what an intimidating little kid. I love this shot. You're the one who killed our dad that Christmas night. Also, Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm saying you're the one who killed him, Chocolove McDonald. We will avenge him. Beam! This is not good. He awoke too soon. Spirit search. This power similar to that of Anna and Hao. Scanned for souls and found Jocko's. Yeah. The golem is such a powerful entity within this series, and it has abilities that actually get very close to that of Hao's. And it's just like, that is ridiculous. And it used that to track down Chocolove. Yeah, Mikihisa is grievously injured by this thing. And you know how capable Mikihisa is. I think that the golem was completed to such a degree. I'm in awe. Professor Munzer, Mountain God Avatars. He's sending his spirits to hunt down Anna and Yo. Kind of warn them about what's about to happen. You're fast. Well, you should be able to dodge the attacks of a golem dad made. They just indiscriminate fire. That is not a golem. That is a mech. The man I killed 3 Christmases ago was their dad. At any rate, right now these two are out for revenge against me. You get what you give, huh? That may well be, but you killed my friends too. Shaft! Give him the shaft! Sorry, kid. It's true I did kill someone 3 years back. I'm sure it's true that he was your old man. But if I'm going to make the world with only laughter and no fighting, then I can't die just yet. That's why I swore I'd never kill anyone ever again. I'm sorry. Truly sorry. And dead, because the golem can repair itself. Do you think apologizing would satisfy me and Seyrarm? Do you think the golem could be destroyed by the likes of you? The intermediary is regenerating. Of course not. How could this be settled so easily? It's okay, Mick. If there's anyone I'm not worthy of making laugh, it's these two. They're tricky, no? Getting laughed. Yo, I'll take Jocko. You're Mickey's son, Yo Asakura. If that means you're a friend of his, I'll kill you too. See, and that was the unfortunate part too. Because if the kids had simply come to kill Chocolove, it'd be like, I can understand that. That would be a hard thing to really defend after what he did. But then they're just like, okay, we'll kill you too because you're a friend of his. It's just like, guys, you got your revenge. Fuck. Like, that was the thing that was always the worst part about it. It's just like, okay, so now you're just killing anyone who's even remotely related to him. That's not how that works. You got your revenge. You killed your father's killer. What more do you need past this point? At what point does it stop if you're going to start doing that? Yo didn't even know Chocolove during that time. Killing the members of Chocolove's gang, that I could kind of see being a little bit justified to a certain degree. Because, they pushed Chocolove in that direction. They were not good people. But this? No. Now, once you're just like, okay, now I'm going to kill the rest of Chocolove's friends too. Like, no, they had no involvement in that whatsoever. If you're gonna do it, then do it. Is the murderer's friend preaching to me? You murdered Chocolove. No, that was justice. You just got a revenge. Did it make you feel better? You got your vengeance. But do you two feel any different? Seyrarm's mind still hasn't returned. It's you. Our vengeance isn't complete because you showed up. And now he's just looking to blame anyone and everyone for why his sister hasn't returned to how she used to be. That's a repeating scene. I guess you won't mind if I fight to get vengeance for Jokolov, will you? Vengeance? You've never lost anything dear to you. You just say empty words. As if you're so enlightened. Maybe so. But that's not all. You can still go back. Yo is nowhere near a match for the golem right now, so why aren't we hurrying? As long as he doesn't die. Yo doesn't get into fights that might kill him. I'm counting on you to stop Chocolov's bleeding, Tokagera. Are you planning on getting those X guys again to revive him? Now that Yo's out of the Shaman fight, they have no incentive to deal with us. So what now then? Back then, I was really dead. I know. They did it, right? Gandahara have the power to wake the dead. At the same time, Tokagera, no matter what, we have to find Gandhara. Save our tears until that doesn't work out. Taking Chocolov and all his friends. See, that was always weird to me because Ryu's death at the hands of Hal's minions always felt like, nah, it feels like you just got your ass really badly handed to you. It didn't feel like you died. But, I mean, who am I to say? What's this? You have no choice now then. Let's do it. The true power of the golem. Giant Halo Blade. Clash! Amazing. Even I knew that this was the golem's true power, with a surge in mana. Shall we go again? He fires beams in a radius, yet their course is straight and true. As long as we keep our eyes on him, we can see exactly where they're going. I will get revenge, and make Seyrarm her old self again. Sephiroth's Blast. Man, those explosion effects are actually really cool to look at. Fly, golem. Transform! If they attack from above, we have no way of evading it. Right? Woof! Indiscriminate fire! Oh, what the? If below's no good, go above. You get what you give. No more tricks up your sleeve. I don't think you can regenerate anymore. How do you know about that? He told me. Mick, Chocolov's spirit ally. I'm sure he'd love nothing more than to chew you to pieces right now. And I wouldn't object to giving him a body to do it. Or I could slice a golem in two and send it hurtling to the ground. I don't mind falling from this height. That would mean Seyrarm dying too. You get what you give, and you should have never started this pointless fight. When you fight with hatred, you always lose something. Both your mind and those you hold dear. Find with a path of no return, then fight. Probably resolve yourself to do that. Isn't that great? If you killed me as well, you would have been killed by someone even scarier. And I can't go back now. I've already killed. Don't give up hope already. Oh, Jesus! What happened? The golem. I don't know this side of him. Are you okay? Redseb. What the hell was that? I don't know. I've never seen the golem be like that before. Well, I guess it was the golem's true power that you didn't know about. Yeah, the golem is a tricky bastard. The Midamaru, Spirit of Sword. He's become such a master at falling with style. Oof. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you lost like your pancreas or something. At least maybe your liver. Just get out of here, Redseb. But Seyrarm is still there. Losing your cool loses fights. Don't worry. I promise I'll keep Seyrarm safe somehow. Yeah. Oof. Redseb has a darker side to him, and he just needed to be guided down a better path. Again, I feel no malice towards him for killing Chocolov. It was still... The first time I saw Chocolov die was really shocking, though. Because it's just like, oh my God! I remember when it went down, I was reading through this section of the manga so fast. Because I was just like, what's gonna happen next? Oh my God! Holy shit! What the fuck? There's always... In good manga, there's always a section where if you're reading it week to week, you're pissed off because you can't read enough of it, but if you have a good chunk enough of it to just read through it, like back to back to back to back, you'll just find yourself just reading, chapter after chapter after chapter after chapter, because the story's just gotten so good. And saying her name is always weird, like Seyrarm. You don't get many Jewish anime characters, which is very fascinating, because it's just like, that's the whole history of the golem. It's Judaism. It's a Jewish folklore and story. So it's just like, you don't get many Jewish anime characters. I think that's one of various reasons why I actually do enjoy Shaman King, because it's the spirituality of not just Japanese culture, but multiple cultures. The funny thing about Chocolo's whole situation is just like, oh, it seems like we're going after something like African based, but it's just like, oh no, it's actually based on South American shamanism. And the patch is Native Americans and, Chinese shamanism, and even the history of dowsing and how that's attached to spiritualism. And it's just funny that the most prominent Americans in this series are the Native Americans. You don't get that in a lot of anime. I know I've chosen this section to just start gushing about weird aspects about Shaman King, but it's just like, it's just something that came to my mind. It's just a lot of things you don't see in a lot of series. And here we are, at the gates of the great beyond. See, that's the funny thing, too, is that, with the deaths of Ren and Ryu, they didn't make it this far. They didn't make it to the gates of the afterlife. They still had that unfinished business. Chocolove, on the other hand, his story is a lot more unfortunate. I think I've seen this on TV before. It's Rodin, the Gates of Hell. I'm in hell. Yeah, right. Of course I am. Like, again, something that's just like, nothing in this series says you should completely forgive Chocolove for what he did. It's just like, yeah, he went straight to hell. He went straight to hell because of what he did, after all those people I killed. But if you ask me, I'd have said hell could have never really existed. And the old man is master. It's been a while, Chocolove. I can't believe it. What, old man Oren? So you got sent to hell too? Nincompoop. I just followed you here. What do you mean? You followed me. I'll explain later. First things first, though. This is hell, but at the same time, it isn't. And here comes the one philosophy of this series that I actually do enjoy, because it does kind of line up with a few of my own beliefs, so, Chocolove. At the risk of stating the obvious, only those that exist in this world, and nothing is made by accident. This world is inside the Great Spirit, a place every soul on earth eventually returns to, and kindred spirits are called out to each other and are drawn here, forming their own communes inside here. Animals have an animal community. Humans have a human community. How it appears may vary according to a soul's upbringing, personal beliefs, religion, but souls are in fact memories themselves. In other words, the souls here are a perfect reflection of how they were in life. Those who believe in a kingdom of light go to a kingdom of light. Those with darkness in their hearts go to a world of darkness. That is the commune called hell. So why don't they leave this place? Humans are creatures particularly fond of making black and white distinctions, such as good and evil. Souls bound by their own concepts cannot even see the outside world. Follow me, Chocolove. I will guide you to the grandest soul of them all. So yeah, it's just like, my belief is that ultimately we all, the concept of heaven that exists for everyone actually does exist. And depending on what your belief is, you go to that heaven, or damned to that hell. It all comes from your own personal belief. Like that great kind of consciousness, the conscious unconscious of all humanity, ends up in the same place, but depending on what you believe or feel or something like that, that's where you kind of end up. I know that's some kind of metaphysical BS and it's probably wrong and whatever. Who knows what's actually right, but, I like to believe that everybody's right to some degree. Are you sure you're okay? This is nothing. It's just a hole in my side. It's all good. I'm hurt worse than I thought. Just trying to put on a brave face for Redseb. Hey, I wonder how Maiden revived Ren. I mean, people don't normally just come back to life. Having your soul leave your body and seeing the next world is no big deal for a shaman. But Ren and Ryu both had their souls returned after bodies had died. Healing powers. Master Yo, are you? It's all down to thought power, workings of the body, the circular system, visualizing each and every cell and calling out to them, resurrecting them. Let's give it a go. Let's try healing me with Oversoul. It's just like, let's develop these powers that everyone else seems to have gotten. I always assumed it was just some form of enlightenment that helped you be able to essentially just heal a body to such a degree that the soul could return. It's all gone so wrong. What exactly was our enemy? Why did Dad build the golem? What kind of person was our mom? Yeah, the thing about Chocolove still did kill a lot of other people. But the thing about Papa Munzer, the whole reasoning behind the creation of the golem, there are some not too great implications behind the golem, let's just say. Preoccupied response of 805 and the other is 10,500. Found you. The enemy of our people. The enemy of our people. I mean, that's how the golem functions. It fights the enemy of the Jewish people, but it's just like, yo, is the enemy of the Jewish people? What? Battle mode. What an interesting find this is. And just rolling up on the golem. The golem, the sad symbol of a waning people. This should be a real feast. Yeah. Well, if it isn't, yo, that's a nasty wound. Did this do it to you? Let the golem go. Why are you here? Can I go for a walk for no particular destination? He's got Seyrarm. Stay back, Redseb. Run away. This is bad. He's the final boss. You guys don't want to get involved with this. He's my older brother. Oh, you're not going anywhere. I believe I said we were taking your soul. You again. Who cares about souls right now? Team Flowers. This is the fabled golem. The more I look at it, the more I appreciate the workmanship. The strong one isn't the kid. It's the golem that we need. All of Hal's minions rolling up. It's been another non-stop day, hasn't it? Don't complain. We've landed a whopper at the end of the day. The two children's combined for Yoku is 1,600. The astounding thing, though, is that their intermediaries mana. The golem has no less than 550,000 for Yoku. It's half of the way as powerful as Hal himself. This thing is fucking nuts. This thing is fucking nuts how powerful it is. If it wasn't for it going up against Hal, no one could stop the golem. That's why I keep saying you don't fuck with the golem. Integrated mana. Have you not heard it before, Lordio? Ordinarily, shamans consume their own mana to produce oversouls. Naturally, however, shamans with little mana cannot command spirit allies that demand higher figures. Integrated mana was developed to address that issue. Think of it like a battery. If mana can be stored inside like a battery, problem solved. So it's like, okay, but that's an insane amount of mana. Where does it come from? Well, why don't we find out straight from the horse's mouth? Ask the man who possessed his own daughter to control the golem. Professor Kamil Munzer. You think we'd lie down and take this? Release us, villain. The golem was born to save our people without land. He's a robot. You think we'd hand the secrets over to you? MS Blas. Shuira. Yeah, the whole reason why Seyrarm has been in such a dazed out state is because she's been possessed by her father's spirit this entire time. Yeah. Professor Munzer is, not the best person. How small? I'll fight you. You expect me to take you seriously? No. I know I can't beat you no matter how hard I try, but I won't let you harm the golem. You mean it, don't you? Oh, jeez. You used up all your wishes for the genie today. Yeah, that's so weird. Turban's ability, and also Turban, God, what a name to give to someone. His ability is connected to the golem, well, to this genie, and unfortunately, if he uses up the wishes per day, he's actually kind of useless. As you are now, you're not even a match for them, let alone me. You're my precious other half, so don't get out of line. I'll be going as soon as I've fed on this golem. I'm sorry, Hal. I'm cutting you down. Yes! Bam! Yo, I'll take care of the golem. Lyserg, easy there. I wouldn't take another step if I were you. You'll get frostbite. Are you alright, yo? Yeah, you saved my ass, Ren. You horo. But why are you here? I called them. What you said played on my mind, so I followed you. What I said, you get what you give. I saw Chocolove get shot through the heart as well. My parents were also killed by Hal, so I know all too well how these kids feel. That's why I decided to stand by and let it happen. However, now I think I'm starting to understand what you meant. So, knowing the risk, I brought everyone here. That way we could understand each other. Only then can we form a true bond of friendship. See, I love that. I love that, though. Because, you know, Lyserg is saying, yeah, I let these kids kill Chocolove, get their revenge. But at the same time, I understood that what was about to happen next would be a tragedy. So I decided to get everyone together, because he started to realize that vengeance maybe isn't the way, which is a big moment of enlightenment for Lyserg. He's starting to understand that vengeance doesn't always give you what you require. And this was the first moment of Lyserg going towards a path of not directly wanting vengeance against Hal. Yeah, he wants to stop Hal, but not just for his own personal vendetta. And for me, that was a big step for Lyserg, becoming a really great character. Again, like I said before, like some really intense stuff happens here. And it really starts to feel like it's the final battle almost, but it's more like a prelude to the final battle. Like there's still a lot of like really deeper arcs going forward, which still leaves me questioning. It's just like, how are we going to wrap all of this up? Because, like I said before, this was the part of the manga where I really started to just burn through the chapters. Like, I didn't kind of, stop like really going through the chapters at max speed until this section dealing with Chocolove and the vengeance of the Munzers and the whole situation with the golem was done with, which took up a couple of volumes. But now the anime has been blasting through about 5 to 6 chapters per episode. So I'm really kind of wondering, are we going to be able to really bring this all to a satisfying conclusion? Because these episodes, they don't feel rushed anymore. That's the weird thing. Despite all the content that's going into them, these episodes don't feel that rush. And I'm realizing, okay, some of the content that they cut out, it's not the most vital stuff. It's a joke here that kind of gives a pause to events, or certain events are kind of rearranged, but it's not in a terrible direction. And it almost feels like, damn, why couldn't the anime always have been like this? Where what they cut out wasn't stuff that it was pivotal to making the story feel cohesive, but just the stuff that sometimes derails the action of what's going on a little bit. The little aside jokes here and there. The stuff they leave out is usually the stuff that doesn't add on to the plot. So, honestly, the direction that the newer anime has been going has still been very solid, even when they do cut out some stuff. I just still wish that the newer anime still didn't just have that restriction of, oh, we're only going to 52 episodes. Or, I think it was 52. It's just like, we're at episode 36, which is still a good amount of time. I'm just still worried it's not going to be enough time. So, hey, check out my comparison video where I'll be comparing this episode to the manga. Not too much content here goes into the original anime, so that'll actually probably save some time on that comparison video. But that stuff is where I compare what the manga does to what the anime does, and we see what was left out as we go forward. But so far, ever since we got into the newer content that was never adapted into the original anime, they've been doing a fairly good job of keeping things consistent, and I hope they can just continue that going forward. So let me know your thoughts on this episode, anything that has happened here. You don't have to go into your religious beliefs and all of that. I probably shouldn't have done that either, but I just thought I'd put it out there why I actually enjoy some of that so much, because it does kind of tie into what I kind of believe. So, it's all up to you, but let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section below. If you like this video, do all the YouTube stuff, or don't. I ain't your daddy, but I still love you like one. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.